Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, scholars and dignitaries, welcome to another episode. Welcome to my world. So, how would you like a book that could teach you how to win in life? No matter what you do, how to come out ahead? Well, The Art of War by Sun Tzu is the oldest military dissertation in the world. It remains one of the finest of strategic books, unsurpassed not just in military strategy, but also for government, business, and human services. The Art of War was written by Sun Tzu, a Chinese general, a military strategist, and a writer and philosopher who lived in the Eastern Zhou period of ancient China around the time of Confucius, about 2,500 years ago. While the original book itself is short, only 13 chapters, it remains a concise and accurate collection of military strategies that still remains unsurpassed in the military disciplines. But as importantly, it's evolved and has been adapted in all areas of human relations: business, marketing, leadership, mediation, government, interpersonal conflict, personal development, and even counseling and child raising. According to legend, Sun Tzu was born into nobility in what is now Shandong, a part of China north of Shanghai. He was given a very good education, but also studied principles of war and victory. And using those principles, he wrote a military manual and used those principles to train his army. Legend holds that he was always victorious, even one time when his troops were outnumbered 200,000 to 30,000. And this wasn't because he always had a mightier army, but because he knew his opponents. His primary strategy and the basis for most of his tactics was know your enemy. The original book had become lost until rediscovered and translated by a French Jesuit priest in 1772. Soon, the original 13-chapter version became a very popular classic across countries and disciplines and has greatly influenced both military and government policy. This has expanded in numerous ways, and today, in fact, major corporations are reviewing and utilizing his principles for successful corporate and business strategy. Sun Tzu said, "Warfare is a great matter to a nation. It is the ground of death and of life. It is the way of survival and of destruction, and must be examined." He said, "Go through it by means of calculations and determine their status. The strategic principles include commitment, observation, and preparation, and the tactical principles include assessment, adaptation, leverage, deception, timing, and pace." Sun Tzu recommended a strategic method to win that rarely required actual war. Spies, deception, and a correctly organized internal structure were his main tools. If it came to war, though, he had detailed insight into methods and strategies, and most importantly, he knew his enemies' strengths and weaknesses, even better than they did. There are 13 chapters in The Art of War. The essence of the book revolves around these and other teachings in core areas including planning for war, waging war, strategic attack, tactical dispositions, maneuvering, and the 9 situations, which describes common situations one needs to successfully navigate. Sun Tzu is known for his tenaciousness as a battle-hardened general, but as importantly, he is known for his deep philosophy and the simplicity of his teachings. Some of his quotes are, "Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. All warfare is based on deception. For to win 100 victories in 100 battles is not the acme of skill. To subdue the enemy without fighting is the acme of skill. People should learn the art of strategy. Those who understand it will survive. Those who do not understand it will perish. It is the rule in war: if 10 times the enemy's strength, surround them. If 5 times, attack them. If double, engage them. If equal, be able to divide them. If fewer, be able to evade them. If weaker, be able to avoid them. And If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. So, what makes this book even more fascinating is that while The Art of War is one of the oldest books ever written, it is still in great use today, and the principles hold true even today and are applicable to virtually any situation that requires victory and to almost any situation of life where strategy is needed for conflict resolution or where one needs to avoid critical errors and even disasters. It is fast becoming popular beyond military circles and is touted as a means to many other situations, including business and development of human relationships. Today, colleges offer hundreds of courses in political science, international relations, corporate mergers and acquisitions, and government administration. But as a basis to all of these courses, Sun Tzu's The Art of War should be mandatory reading. Now, don't be fooled. Sun Tzu knew the horror of war and that war should be avoided at virtually all cost. He knew what it does to families and the citizens and what it does to the country itself. His is not a prescription for war, but in the most obvious interpretation, a prescription against war. Hey, be safe, be well, and may God bless.